Hi guys, it's Lauren from the Millennial Legacy again. So this is video 2, and in this video I'm going to talk about how we are energetic beings. So our thoughts form our beliefs, which create our emotions, and that creates our reality. The reason why our thoughts, our beliefs, and our emotions create our reality is because they are energy. And everything in our physical reality is made of energy. Literally everything, okay? All matter in the universe is energy. And even in this empty space surrounding you, you think that there's nothing there, but there's just trillions upon trillions of atoms just dancing around waiting to see if they manifest in a physical way. So there really is no empty space. There's energy everywhere, and all energy is connected. It's really beautiful if you think about it, because that means that you're connected to everything in the universe. So, don't feel small, feel big, because you're a part of all of this. You are made of atoms which come from the stars. And those atoms form molecules that create cells, which create organs and tissue and blood and bone. And that creates this amazing, full body that your consciousness uses to express itself. So we think that our consciousness comes after our physical body, but it's the other way around. Our consciousness is first, and it creates a physical body so it can manifest in a physical way. Our consciousness is just one fragment of our entire soul or entity, and our body, including our mind, is the physical vehicle that our consciousness uses in this third dimensional reality. I know that that's a lot, and there's been tons of books written about this, so that's a very basic overview of this, but hopefully that kind of made sense to you. So energy is attracted to other like energy. So if you have positive thoughts or emotions, then you're going to attract more positive energy. If you have negative thoughts or emotions, then you will attract more negative energy. That is why it is so important that instead of focusing on fighting against white supremacy and Nazis, we focus on building a society, a country, a world based on love, equality, acceptance, and peace. Okay, we need to put our energy toward the positive things that we want to create, that we want to manifest. And that way we are still countering the message of white supremacy, but we are using positive thoughts and energy to do so. Okay, don't focus on fighting against something. That is actually reinforcing the us versus them mentality, and it strengthens the division in our society. Focus on what it is that you want to create, on whatever it is that you want, not what you don't want. When you focus on what you don't want, you're putting energy towards that. The universe, it doesn't judge, okay? So all it sees is what you're focusing on, and it puts energy towards that. So if you focus on negative things, you're going to manifest those negative things. If you focus on positive things, you're going to manifest those positive things, okay? This is just manifestation 101 right here. By focusing on what it is that you want to create, you're bringing more energy and attention to that. You're strengthening that. Okay. And it may seem like there isn't a difference between focusing on what you want and what you don't want. But again, there really is a big difference, as I just explained. Because one focuses on a more negative thing, what you're against, and one focuses on a positive thing, what it is you want to create. And that's what you want to create is negative. But, you get what I'm trying to say, right? So you can't just have beliefs, okay? You have to really live your beliefs. So if you believe in love, be love. If you believe in peace, be peace. If you want a world of acceptance and equality and unity, embody those attributes and practice them every day of your life. One of the basic spiritual truths, again, is that you create your own reality. And together we co-create our world. Each and every one of us is contributing to a field of collective consciousness. And the more of us who focus on love, peace, equality, and unity, the more we generate that for this world. Our focus on those things, on love, on peace, on equality, on unity, strengthens the power of our collective consciousness on that positive timeline, on a world that's nothing but love and peace. But this works both ways, okay? If we focus on the negative, if we contribute to that field of consciousness, if we're focusing on whatever it is that we don't want in our world, then we're giving that timeline more strength and power. Okay, so just like imagine that there's like a scale. Okay, and each one of us is like a grain of rice. All right, and on one side of the scale, we have a positive timeline with a loving, peaceful world, and on the other side of the scale we have a negative timeline where there's division and there's intolerance and there's hate and there's anger and there's fear. Each one of us can choose how we're going to use our energy. What are we focusing our energy on? What we want to create or what we don't want? So if you want to create love and peace, focus on that. Okay, even if you're like, well, that's what I want, but you're focusing on the fear, you're actually on that side. You're on that part of the scale. Your little grain goes on that side of the scale. You need to focus on what you want. And maybe it seems like just one person isn't going to make a difference. You're like, well, if you're a grain of rice, just one grain of rice is not going to tip the scale at all. Well, no, one grain of rice won't. But what if 1,000 grains of rice focus on love and peace? Or 1,000,000 grains of rice focus on love and peace? That's really going to tip the scale. So each one of us has the ability to make a choice that will affect whatever timeline our Earth goes on, what timeline humanity ultimately goes on. You see what I'm saying here? So that's why we are so much better served focusing on the reality that we want to create for ourselves and the world. Focus on what you want and what you love, not what you don't want and what you fear. Okay, tip the scales for love and peace by focusing on love and peace. If you allow the anger and fear of others to affect you, that negative energy only accelerates. Your frustration adds to the anger and fear, and it compounds that energy. That is why the fastest way to diffuse these kinds of situations is to hold your space and become a positive, energetic anchor of love and peace. This is your chance to become an empowered leader in our world. Okay, all of us are here to make a contribution to this planet. Every single one of us is here to play a role in this. Nobody is more important than anyone else. But we have a choice in if our contribution is negative or positive. And I totally understand that the energies are super intense right now and they're very difficult to navigate. But again, this is an opportunity for you to step up and use your leadership skills, okay? Completely embody love and peace if that's what you want. And trust in your capability to do so. Your ability to stay balanced and aligned with positive energy allows you to be of far greater service than you could possibly ever imagine. Focus your energy on manifesting a world that is in peace, a world that only harbors love, equality, and unity. That is possible. You have to believe it. You have to believe it. If we don't believe it, then it's not possible. But if you believe it, envision it, embody it. Okay, I know there's a lot of bad in the world, but I also know that there is so much more good. Okay, I have always had total faith in humanity. Seriously, my faith in humanity has never wavered. And I know that humanity is inherently good. And despite how crazy and chaotic things seem to be right now, we really are moving in a positive direction. You need to trust me on that, guys, okay? Seriously, we're going to be okay. And I know this because the vast majority of us want a peaceful, loving world more than ever. Okay, so many people want to help each other. We want to help our planet, and we are actively doing so every day. I mean, just look around you. Notice all the positive, wonderful things that people are doing. Because, the problem is that we don't do that. We focus so much more on the negative, right? And when we do that, we strengthen it. We give more power to it. I'm not saying that you should ignore the problems we have, because ignoring them doesn't make them go away. You can be aware of them, but not let them consume you. When we spend so much time worrying about things and living in fear for our future and believe that we are going in the wrong direction, we give more strength and energy to that possibility. So hold your love, hold your peace. And together, we will make this world a better place. We have been. We've been doing it. Okay, we've been doing it. So don't give up. Don't give in to fear and anger. Be love, be peace. And we will bring more of that into our world. Okay, in this next video, I'm going to talk a lot about the ego. And I'm also going to use the ego to explain why white supremacists are the way they are. And this is where it might get a little controversial. So again, don't want to offend anybody, but I do hope that you'll watch that video, because I think that what I have to say might really resonate with you. All right, thanks again for watching, guys. I love you all so much, and I'll see you in the next video.